Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. Welcome, 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 everyone. All right. And I'm going to say this again. Welcome, welcome, welcome to High School Basketball Weekly, episode 7. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding.
And your guy, Brian Reichert.
And we're about to, it's about to be a smash tonight. So sit tight.
Major up.
That's right.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Coach.
How we doing, Pooh? We ready for tonight? I'm excited, baby. We're back.
We ready to blast off, man. We ready to blast off. We want to jump right into this, but we want to let everybody know that we have a very, very special guest tonight. We have quite arguably one of the best guards in the nation, Kayden Mingo, 4-star recruit, number 70th overall, and he's only a junior, so you know them numbers going to skyrocket by next year. He is balling out of control, and we want to start out in Long Island and bring it back to the city, but no better way to start with one of the players from the number 3 high school in the nation from New York.
That's right, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Kayden Mingo is red hot. He's on one of the best teams in the country, and he's having a year, for the ages, and it's going to be amazing to have him on. I'm so excited.
Right. So before he comes on, we're gonna give him some time to get comfortable because he just put us a nice workout at practice, and that's I know he's very, very amped to come on. But we're gonna run through some scores and what's been happening over the past week. Listen, we had the game of the week last week with St. Raymond's versus St. Peter's. You talking about balling out of control. And, when we spoke about Brandon Stores the week before about the kind gesture he did for a senior, his teammate, giving him the MVP award, this is a great segue into their great win because I got there late and they were down to St. Peter's 30-20.
Wow.
Right? And then they had their Legends Night. I think they were celebrating the team for 2003 and 2014. And it was just awesome.
Yeah.
And then the players got inspired and came out and kicked some butt, man. So we definitely want to start off with that. St. Raymond's came back. I told you they was down at the Ravens' Nest and was able to pull it out 75-68. Let's look at some highlights real quick before we get started. And that would kind of give you the story and the background to what was happening that night because it was so many legends in the building that hold on, here we go right here. Here we go. All right.
Yeah, man, the guys had to step up with that many eyes on them, a lot of pressure.
Turnage to the hole.
Ty Turner's having a great year, man. Very under the radar, solid.
Yeah, Mr. Munson, he was having a hell of a game as well.
He's another guy who doesn't get a lot of talk. He's another quality player. He's doing a good job. So tough.
The bucket.
Oh.
You know what that is? Dear Martin.
Oh, yeah.
His impact was definitely felt that game. He finished up with 30 points.
Yeah, you know, he's one of my top seniors available. I got him pretty high on my list. He's a kid who can play.
I know you saw that. That was the guy, Anderson Diaz, with that lefty float off the backboard.
The magician, man. What an environment, huh, Pooh?
Oh man, it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get this off. Yeah, that was definitely an awesome environment. You know, man, you love it when high school basketball is played at an intense level, and St. Ray's fought hard to come back to win that game. So salute to them.
Yeah, got to shout out Coach Lopez, you know, doing a really good job this year. One of the big time motivators in the league. Always gets me fired up every time I see him in a video. You know, him, Coach C. Will, you know, a great staff over there doing a really nice job with that group this year.
Oh yeah, they doing a great job. I got a chance to go into the locker room and talk with Coach, and that was awesome as well. So
Yeah.
if we could get that and play a little bit of that, but I think I just closed it out by mistake. But that's okay. But we'll
No
come
worries.
back to that for sure.
How good do you think Kadir Martin is, Pooh? You know, he's won Player of the Week already. Very accomplished. You know, won a lot of awards over his career, and you know, trying to finish his career in a big bang. You know, how good do you think he is?
Kayden Martin is one hell of a player. He's definitely a Division I prospect.
Yeah,
He has so much to offer, and you know the sky's the limit for him because he's improving that 3-point shot. As you
yeah,
saw, he knocked it down, and inside he was just tough. He was just real hard to
unstoppable. Yeah,
handle.
yeah, yeah. He's a nice, versatile inside-out player, and you know, with that tradition, it's very easy bet that he'll go to Division I and pan out. You know,
Most
especially as a
definitely.
Martin.
Most definitely. So check this out right here. We're gonna check out Coach's speech. They had all the legends in there, right? Hey, Coach, such a legendary night. I was kind of late, and the score was 30-20. What went on beforehand? The things that I missed.
You know, I just think that, you know, and I really don't want to make excuses, but we had a late night last night. You know, we ended up winning game out in Hall. And the kids didn't get to bed until 1 a.m. And, you know, we had to get up early this morning, get on the bus. You know, we got to eat back here at 10 o'clock, and then the kids went home, and then they had to come back. So they look a bit sluggish, a bit tired, and, you know, I was just hoping it was a matter of time that they would wake up, and they did. They responded. They responded in the second half, and, again, being that we were celebrating and honoring the championship teams in 2003, 2004, there was no way we were losing that. So
I was off 10 years. I think they was kind of inspired. I was watching the guys' faces as you was introducing the players and Coach Antigua giving the speech. I saw your team, the present team, being a little bit inspired, and they came out, right?
Yeah.
I think more inspired than they did in the first half.
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, especially just talking about the success that they've had. That's what we're trying to achieve. You know, we're trying to get to the mountaintop. Those guys have been there, you know, multiple times in many cases. And, you know, for us, we're just trying to get our first one. So, you know, it's good. It's a good night overall.
Yeah, man. Great win.
Yeah, St. Peter's is tough, man. I tell everybody, you know, they're one of the toughest teams in the league, you know. And, you know, I thought Coach did a tremendous job getting his guys ready. And they came out, man. They punched us in the mouth. They were ready to go.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, you know, but, again, they're going to have great success in the league. And, you know, wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs. So.
All right, well. Hey, what can you say about Coach, man? Class act.
Absolutely, you know, and he builds a great culture, a great environment there at Rays, and you know that's how you motivate your guys. You show them the goal, you show them, you know, what a group before them was capable of doing, and hopefully just seeing those guys and seeing them together, you know, might make those guys, you know, realize how important this is and how close they are of, you know, potentially getting to that championship game this season with all the talent they have.
Yeah, Coach. What Catholic schools that you seen and wrote about over the week?
Oh yeah, you know, if we want to stay in the Catholic League, we really got to talk about how hot Stepanak's getting, Pooh. A couple rough non-league losses against some elite competition, which gets you better. But man, they're heating up. And Braylon Ritvo, offered by Eastern Michigan this week, really heating up. A couple MVP performances, shooting the lights out. Making a name for himself and really becoming that second consistent option for Stepanak, which is what they've been kind of looking for. That kind of second punch. So definitely wanted to highlight the Stepanak boys and highlight how well they've been playing.
And they beat that Don Bosco team,
Correct.
right? And the Hula Hoops game. And Ritvo, I think he had like 7 threes.
Yeah, lights out.
I agree. I think they really need a consistent second scorer and not have Boogie on the island by himself, where all the focus is on him and he has to do way too much.
Yeah,
right?
and they got guys, Danny, they got Braylon, they got the young kids, Josiah and Hassan playing great. They got pieces. They got plenty of guys. They just need consistency, a little bit more confidence from that second guy. But Stepanak's definitely, on a nice run. And also want to shout out St. Francis Prep, nice win over Bergen Catholic. Prep's starting to heat up, find themselves. Sacco really stepping up. And another 26 who we haven't talked about much. Josh Powell has been a man on a mission this year.
The leading scorer in the Catholic School League as a sophomore.
Yeah, man. And I mean, doing it in proficient ways. I mean, scoring from all 3 levels, getting to the cup. He's so strong. He's athletic. I mean, he's a problem, man. He's a very impressive 2026.
He just ruined my all sophomore list, right? Because I can't put him on there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I'm just going to stick with the freshman list and do my top 10 from the public school and Catholic school, which we're going to discuss, right? Because
absolutely.
Listen, I understand.
That might be a whole episode.
Listen, but I understand where you was coming from. I'm not going to let it out the bag of who we named. And, I was vying for those same kids, but I'm saying there were other kids who are averaging more and have more of an impact on their team. Not saying that they don't.
Yeah.
But I think it would just be unfair to leave a senior out who's carrying the load on his team.
For sure.
And for a freshman who's definitely having an impact, but it's not the Josh Powell, right? It's not the Kenny Anderson impact. It's really having an impact, but we understand the difference.
And that was pretty much wrapping up my Catholic League for the city. But Pooh, we got to talk about the city as we get to the PSAL. Man, is Asher Elston a superstar or what, my man?
Man, we are watching this in front of our eyes in real time because he pulled this off in one weekend. And I equate it to being that 5-star or being that, the All-American camp where they had it up in Fairleigh Dickinson in my school, right? Where LeBron James and all those guys used to go, and you have a great week. And then you put yourself in a higher bracket. The first game he played against Thomas Jefferson, he had 31, and he did not miss a shot in the second half.
Incredible.
He was hitting shots from all over the place.
Yeah.
And he was really unstoppable. So, we think that, okay, maybe he just had a good game.
Yeah, there's a flash, right? You see the flash, but where's the consistency, right?
Then they played James Monroe, as you see his man in the background. And James Monroe, they have a 7-footer. All their guards are strong. They have a really strong team.
Yeah.
Very good and well-coached team.
A tough matchup for him, honestly, Pooh. A tough matchup for a guy like that.
They was bumping him. They was forcing him to get balls in spaces where he wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
But he answered the call. He answered the call. This kid was really just right there in front of our eyes becoming a star, right?
Yeah.
I said it in the headlines, a star is born. 6'9" junior Asher Elson, MVP, 29-point performance, punched his ticket to the upper echelon of New York City high school basketball.
Yeah, finally showed everyone exactly what I saw and what I've been thinking about since last year. Just the potential, the high ceiling, the capability. and he's doing it all, man. He's scoring from all three levels, very efficient, and just showing that he can do it in all these different types of ways with all these different types of pressures on him. And you're having a good week when you pick up an offer to Illinois and Creighton. You're having a nice week. So this has been a week for the ages for Mr. Elson, man. What a week.
That kid is definitely going to be one of the top players in the country once the summer gets cracking and he gets to visit and play against those other top
Just
players.
need more eyes on him, Pooh. That's really it. Once he gets seen by the national scouts, they fall in love with him, man. He's got too many tools.
And you know who else is coming into their own for South Shore? Sophomore Sincere Folk. He is playing his best basketball right now. Literally,
I'm glad you brought that up.
He's playing his best basketball. He had 25 points. And South Shore doesn't get going unless this kid is in the game. That's how much of an impact he has on this team. And I told his father and his uncle, I said, that pull-up jump shot needs to fall more often than what it's doing. And the last two games, especially against Jefferson,
right,
James
falling
Monroe,
left and right.
That pull-up jump shot has been clicking.
Yeah, and he opens up the whole floor when he's playing well. When the teams are worried about him up top, frees up everybody else. It makes the play of all those guys better. Guzman, Kev Kearney, all these guys play better. Jago when folks cooking. I think he might be the key to their whole success, Pooh. Because they're a different team when he's playing well.
Definitely. And Jago was hurt. He didn't play.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah.
That was, man. Salute to the whole Folk family. Doing a great job with Sincere. I see him improving every day.
Yeah, gotta give love to that entire family and the South Shore family, man. That was a big time win because it got crazy. I mean, I was on the NYC Prospect stream and to see Coach Joe Brown laying on the floor going crazy. I mean, that was an all-time moment. I'll never forget that.
Definitely. I'm gonna put that in my shorts because that was definitely a moment.
Oh my God, and I love Coach JB, man. That was priceless, man. I was on the floor myself watching the stream. People that were looking at me in my house like, "What's wrong with me?" I said, "You got to see, they got a coach laying on the floor coaching right now. It's unbelievable."
Fact.
Oh, what a game! What a game!
That was awesome. Before I get into the Eagle Academy Bronx, I definitely want to shout out Coach Kelly and Westinghouse. They defeated John Jay, Charnel Scott's team, 59-48, and was led by Devon Blake, their shifty guard who had 22 points. So, and big shout out to Everett Kelly Jr. He looks good too. That's the coach's son. You know what they always say about the coach's son: steady, very smart, and plays above his years. I just, definitely want to see more of him, but definitely shout out to Westinghouse. Great win. I was at the game tonight, so definitely want to shout out Westinghouse. Okay, now to Eagle Academy Bronx, which is called the Academy. They also play in the Martin Luther King Classic, and look, they are on a roll. Coach, what can you say about Eagle Academy Bronx?
Yeah, they're really heating up at the right time. I mean, we saw them go down and we were worried and nervous. And, we said, man, that wasn't a pretty showing for them. But, man, have they been red hot. I mean, a lot of balance. Cobb is playing great. Gibbs has been fantastic, taking his game to a whole nother level, making a ton of shots. And John Harrington, man, just keeping them steady and moving forward. I mean, that three-headed monster and a lot of their other guys have been stepping up their forwards. Have been making a ton of big highlights. Their point guard is so tough. I mean, they're definitely a team trending in the right direction, and I would not want to run into them in the playoffs. I'll tell you that.
No, they're going to be a force to reckon with, and they're improving every day. Where we at? The Academy, they was down 2 players, right?
Yeah.
Coach Rose looked at me and was like, the show got to go on. Right?
Yeah.
And what I forgot to mention, a couple of players were late for that James Monroe game and they were benched. So coach put him in later in the game. So that's where they made their comeback.
Yeah.
But Eagle Academy Bronx, man, they was up the whole game. They was up. They was beating down Brooklyn Collegiate. But Brooklyn Collegiate kept fighting back.
Yeah.
Coach Malcolm Connor had his team ready to go from the gate, but it took a little extra push and for them to see them down, for them to keep fighting. And I told Coach Malcolm, you know, they're gonna need wins like this, right?
Yeah.
If you don't get these wins against these Eagle Academies, Bronx, Brooklyn, South Shore, then you don't move to the next level. And they just seem to fall short every time. And like you said, DeAndre Gibbs definitely put on the show. He had 11 points in the first quarter. I think he had the first 11 points of Eagle Academy.
Wow.
The first quarter, he had the first 11 points, and he did let up. The one thing I do want to see is John Harrington perform well in front of me, because the 2 times that I saw him, he didn't have such a good game. Day Kaba has been consistent.
Yeah.
You know.
No, Kaba's a star, man. Kaba's a star.
He has the right height. He can handle. He can shoot it. He can get his own shot.
Yeah. He lives at the line, plays good defense, could score inside, tough finisher. I like Kaba a lot. And, you know, when you're getting shots to fall like Gibbs, I mean, they're extremely tough.
DeAndre Gibbs is a dog.
Dog, man.
Like when we talking about that, rah, rah, rah,
oh yeah,
he's that all the way. He doesn't back down from the competition.
Yeah, he almost sets the tone attitude-wise to them, you know, and and his willingness to just let it fly and keep it going and keep the pressure on is really fun to watch. But you know, another thing too, Pooh, like you said, the Lions are good enough to play in those games.
Yep.
They're good enough to play in those games.
Yeah.
Are they good enough to win them? I think so. But like you said, they got to do it. And, you know, you got guys like Torrey Babs, Tyler, Flavio, you know, they got enough. It's just they got to get a big win, like you said. They got to show the rest of, you know, the league that they're not just good enough to play in it. They can win it. You know, I feel like the Lions are right there on the cusp, you know?
Tyler Edor needs to make his presence felt down low. He's one of the biggest, strongest guys in the whole PSAL, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be dominating. So I'm calling you out, Tyler. I'm going to need you to start dominating down low in the post. We know you can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
We know that. But
and we saw him against Eagle, Pooh. I mean, he was great against Eagle, BK, early on in the year. He was a force, you know?
But it's not done on a consistent basis.
Correct.
And I think as he goes, Brooklyn Collegiate
the Lions go. I'm totally with you on that, you know?
Definitely. Well, we want to definitely go ahead.
And then, Pooh, we got a shout out. I hate to cut you off. We got a shout out. We talked about Asher. We got to talk about Ashton.
Listen, we ran the same page, buddy, because I was about to say the same thing. Go ahead, Coach. I'm gonna let you
man. I mean, Transit Tech's all-time leading scorer. I mean, talk about a special moment for a special kid. I mean, so cool. The Transit guys did such a good job on social media, posting everything, and you know, getting his everything framed. I mean, it looks so great, Pooh. It's an awesome moment in the PSAL. You know, it doesn't happen all that often.
He did it in 3 years and 6 games.
Remember the pandemic.
That, right? That pandemic where it was 6 games. So I don't even count that. So everything he did was in 3 years. And to get 1,412 points and surpassing their all-state player, Jeremy Maranta, who had 1,403 points. He's currently at Husan University in Maine. Man, that's just a tremendous feat. So you get a kid who probably did it in like 3 or 4 years, and Aston comes along and does the same thing.
With still a month to go in the season, Pooh. I mean, it's really crazy. Special accomplishment, like I said, from a special kid, and I can't wait to see what happens with this kid, because you know we both love him. The city knows how good this kid is. The country doesn't. You know, I feel like some people are starting to pick up on it. it's going to be very interesting to see if a school gets smart and kind of picks him up late, and I guarantee he's going to pay off and be a stud. Because I'd hate to see him have to go to 2025. I think he's done enough, Pooh.
He is way more than dunks.
Yeah, he's a complete player. He plays defense. He could shoot it. His athleticism is crazy. Just because when we say he's athletic, we're not just talking about that he can dunk. We're talking about that he plays above the rim, offensively, defensively. It's hard to block a shot. All these things go into that athleticism, and there are kids, like you said, who are just dunkers. But this kid has many different facets of his game. You don't become the all-time leading scorer just dunking. So,
listen, it's a lot of kids out here who, getting offers and signing, signing to major colleges who can't get their own shot, like, Ashton.
Yeah, he's one of the highest kids on my list that has nothing. You could totally steal this kid right now. I don't get why a lot of these low majors haven't been asking, but it's a different age. A lot of schools are looking at one player, Pooh, one player in high school. It's crazy times.
Well, before we get to our next guest, our guest tonight, our special guest, I just want to shout out another rising sophomore, and I'm just gonna have to make that sophomore list, Coach, because Jada Swan had 28 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds against boys and girls high.
And you know how I feel about him, Pooh. Let these people know how good this kid is.
This kid is simply amazing.
Ridiculous.
I'm surprised he didn't have any blocks. They probably didn't even count him because I know he had about 2 or 3 blocks.
Yeah.
You're talking about a kid at the guard position who is the best shot blocker in the city.
Imagine they counted deflections as a stat too. He's all over the place.
Definitely all over the place. And for some reason, Thomas Jefferson and boys and girls always have tough games.
Always.
Coach Bud is from boys and girls, and every time he walks in that school, he's always having a battle.
Oh, yeah. They never give him an easy one. Coach Bud ain't never got an easy one in boys and girls, I'll tell you that.
And can't forget
he probably likes it too. He probably likes it too.
He loves it. He loves the battles. He doesn't he doesn't walk away from the smoke. And last but not least, Connor, Mr. Big Shot Spratley, he had 27 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds.
Another guy quietly having a monster year. A monster year. A lot of points. He's the guy who's kind of got a couple looks from the low major D1s. I will not be surprised when the mid majors start rolling in this spring and summer when he gets cooking on AAU, because he's too tough. He
is really tough. That's why we call him Mr. Big Shot, because he makes some of the most incredible shots in the PSAL. And shout out to Naquan Morris, 3 threes and 16 rebounds. Enough said.
Oh yeah,
no doubt. Well, right now we're about to bring in our special guest. Like we told y'all from the beginning of the show, Mr. Kayden Mingo, Jr., 4-star player, ranked number 70th in the nation, playing for the top number 3 school in the country, Long Island Lutheran, better known as LUHi.
Yeah.
Kayden Mingo.
What's up, Mr. Arden? What's up, Mr. Richard?
Hey, what's going on, Kay? What's going on?
Good, it's good.
Listen, I'm going to say this, man. I'm so glad you are our first student athlete.
Yes, sir. Of course. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Nah. You earned it. You earned
Absolutely.
it. You earned it. Such a great young man. I've been hearing so much about you. Coach Brian always talks about you, okay? And I had Coach Munch on my Basketball Head show, and man, you got so many heavy hitters that's in your corner right now.
So Munch, my guy, appreciate you a lot, Brian. Appreciate you.
Munch, yeah, guy. Man, it's so awesome to have you on the show, and you've been a great example of Long Island basketball and how much talent we got in this area, and you guys are really putting on and having a great year. So absolute pleasure to have you on, and Pooh's gonna get you started. All right, let's go, baby.
All right, I always ask everyone this. So I'm gonna ask you this: who introduced you to the game?
My older brother and my dad for sure. I wasn't always good though when I was younger. I wasn't the best.
So did you get beat up a lot by your older brother?
Yeah, he used to beat me in the backyard all the time. He ain't never let me win.
Now, do you look back on that and say, that some of those beatdowns might have been toughing me up, getting me prepared for
Yeah,
this
for
kind of
sure.
level?
Even for my dad too though. He used to be with me all the time. He never let me play AU unless I made like 10 straight left hand layups. So until I did that, I couldn't play.
Love it.
And we see it help because you could go both ways. It's like pick your poison. God's is at your mercy when you out there. How's the year going for you? Playing top 3 team in the country, and you guys are playing all the top high schools around the country. So how's that been for you this year?
I couldn't ask for no more, playing against the best teams in the country, best players in the country on the highest stage, really. I love playing with my brothers, my coaches, everything. So just going out and being able to play and showcase what you could do is a real good opportunity. And I think I'm taking advantage of it.
100%. You are taking full advantage of the season. I mean, I was telling Pooh and, anyone I could tell you, I think you're one of the hottest prospects, definitely in 2025 and maybe the country. Maybe could you tell some of, the listeners, who aren't familiar, or Pooh, just tell everyone, who's offered you so far and what schools you're kind of talking to at the moment.
So far I've offers from St. Louis, California, Wake Forest, Penn State, Virginia Tech, and SMU. All those schools been in contact a lot, as well as Texas Tech, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma State, and NC State.
Woo, you are on fire, young man.
On fire, man. SMU just this week, and we also, Pooh's gonna get into it because he's got some hard hitting questions for you, but not a bad week for the Mingos. SMU and Missouri, your brother. I mean, pretty awesome, huh?
Hello, bro. Yeah, games like that.
You see how he said little blue? You see how he said little brother Pooh? He made sure that you know that.
Man, you got it because hey, he has a big brother, so somebody got to be the little brother, right?
Yeah.
Let him know. The first person who put me on to you was Coach John Arnold.
Yeah, my guy. That's my guy
right?
as well.
We played on the same AAU team coming up, and I'm gonna throw this out there. We beat them for the city championship. But that's been a great friend of mine, and he put me onto you a long time ago. He was just like, "Yo, listen to this name. I'm telling you right now, Kayden Mingo. He's gonna be one of the top players in the country." And lo and behold, you are it, brother. You are him. For sure. What was it like playing against the Boozer twins?
It was real competitive, real fun actually until that fourth quarter came out. They play hard always, and they always gonna give you a fight. That's one thing I always say about them. I never seen them get blown out. So just playing against two brothers in the same class who ready to compete at the highest level and playing at the highest level is real good. And they both.
Have you ever seen them before, Kayden? Have you played them?
I saw them before, and I definitely saw them before with in AAU.
Yeah.
AAU, I've seen them. Rough time playing against them for sure.
And then
you already knew what you was getting into.
No, I thought we could have won this last one, but it always going in your favor.
Now, I gotta ask, what's it like? Give a little insight. What's it like playing for Coach Buck, Coach Jay David? Tell Pooh what it's like being in that LUHi culture, that program, those practices. Give us a little insight on that.
For the past 2 years, I would say it's kind of like built me to more of the player that I am today. They always gonna hold you accountable. That's the main thing, and they always trying to get the best out of you. Most competitive. That's what we preach about all the time. Being competitive at all times, no matter what you do, whether it's shooting, passing, anything. In the weight room, it don't matter. Coach Buck may seem a little crazy sometimes, but at the end of the day, he know a lot what he's talking about. He always gonna push the best out of you. And Coach Jay as well. Coach Jay always gonna tell you about the little things that you don't even want to hear. Some things that you might not even think you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, just having those two in my corner and with me and my brothers every day in practice is very important, and it helps us a lot.
I'm hearing you talking about your brothers, and I know you're talking about your teammates,
Yeah.
and we asked you about playing against the Boozer twins.
Mhm.
How was it like playing with your brother?
My brother or my teammates
No, your brother, the one
yeah,
that
my
you got to
brother.
go
I
home
love
with.
playing. I love playing with my brother. I would rather go to war with nobody else. It get a little annoying sometimes though, because that's my brother at the end of the day. But that's my guy. He's tough and he's hard to guard for sure. Not somebody I would want to play against. That's why I like him on my team.
There you go.
Nice. And are y'all planning to go to college as well? And
Yeah, have
are
you
y'all
guys
gonna
talked
split
about
up? What
that
you
at
gonna do?
all?
We talked about it before, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. I could see you guys kind of playing it slow, and if it's a possibility, why not? But a lot of people that follow Long Island basketball, as the LUHi program has kind of grown, there was some talk that, possibly with some guys coming in, I heard some rumblings the Mingos may leave, but you guys, like they say, stood on business, stayed, worked hard, competed, and it's kind of taking you to the next level, Kayden, and talk about the value of because you see all this stuff, Kate. I know you're young, but you see the transfer portal guys
Mhm.
kind of taking the easy way out. And, you could have gone back to public school or looked at another school if you weren't happy, but you stuck it out, and now you've had a breakout year, and you're getting all this attention. So tell Pooh a little bit, and our listeners about what it was like, kind of that decision to kind of stick around and fight for your spot.
It was just more so trusting yourself, putting in the work and trusting the work that you put in. So just coming in every day trying to outwork the person next to you, even though that's your brother, you want the best for them.
Yeah.
So giving them the best in practice is the only way it's going to translate to the game. And, I feel like, honestly, anybody on the team could start. I think we got 9 starters. So we don't really get into that a lot. But being a starter on this team is something I really don't take for granted. And I think that's really important since we have so many talented guys.
Yo, this guy sounds like a pro.
Oh, he's so mature, right, Pooh? I knew we had the right guy.
So poised. He's so poised, so cool.
Yeah.
And he got star written all over his face, man. So I know you're gonna go far, young king. I seen a lot in my day, man, and
Thank you.
you got what it takes, on and off the court. That's for sure.
That's
Now, I put up a post.
Mm.
I think it was a couple of weeks ago about my dream game, right?
Mhm.
And this dream game was between LUHi and OSL.
Yeah, so
I'm a New York guy to the fullest, through it, thinking through from Long Island to the city to upstate. I love my state.
Yeah.
And I was just saying to myself, man, if I get the chance to see you, VJ Escombe against Ian Jackson and Elijah Moore,
Yes, sir.
that would, I think that could sell out the Barclays.
Yeah. I hear you. No, OSL good. OSL real good. They in a tough league as well, I would say OTE's up there with after EYBL Scholastic. But
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, Cade.
Talk that talk, young man. Talk that talk. So listen, in the grand scheme of things, we know we just only dreaming. Like I told you, it's a dream of mine. That don't mean dreams always come true. But who you think would win that matchup? Like, I guess I have to ask you that, right?
I'll have to go us, LUHi, for sure.
That's right, baby.
And look, you playing with again, you got Ian Jackson, VJ Escombe, Elijah Moore, all you guys are top players in the country. What it's like playing with VJ since you are up close and personal with him every day and going to battle and going to war with him?
It's real great. It's real great playing with VJ. Top 5 player in the country. He always gonna hold you accountable too. He gonna tell you stuff even if you don't want to hear. He a great leader. And obviously a great basketball player. So being on the court with him is another person you definitely don't want to play against. He always going hard, so he help you when he in practice with you for sure. And he always gonna keep his brothers on the right path. And make sure we focus and doing the right things.
I guess as a great player, you got to do that, right? You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to hold your teammates accountable, and you have to be coachable. Because if the coach can't coach, the best player, what it's going to look like to everyone else? If he can't, get at you, Kayden, and get at the guy who's coming off the bench, what is that saying to the whole team?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple rapid fire, just a couple easy ones. See how you could just throw out 1 or 2 word answers. You don't gotta explain like crazy. But let's start. I'm just gonna hit you. It's just gonna be rapid. Who's your favorite NBA player?
Right now, I like Darius Garland.
Who do you try and model your game after? Are there any players that you try and model your game after specifically?
Right now, probably Darius Garland and Tyrese Maxey.
Okay, nice. 2 great answers.
Mm.
Who's the funniest guy on LUHi?
Probably Jacob.
You going Jacob Ross? Okay,
Jacob
great
Ross.
answer. Who's the best gamer, man? Who's winning in 2K out of all the
Me,
boys?
I'm winning. You
Who's your
guys
squad? Who's your
You
squad?
guys know about that too. You guys know about that too.
Who's your squad though? Okay, who you rolling with?
All-time Rockets and regular team is the Bucks. Yeah.
All right, 1-on-1, 2-11. You versus Dylan. What's the score?
I'll take me 11-8. Yeah.
Okay. See how he gives his brother 8 points, Pooh?
Rapid fire. I'm loving it, Coach. I'm loving it.
All right, Pooh, what else you got? You got anything for this young man? I mean,
What are you listening to right now?
Music.
Yes.
Lil Baby, Rod Wave, Lil Durk, and Young Boy, Gunna, OT7 Kwani.
I got a question for you, Kay. I got a question.
Is there?
If, besides LUHi, is there any 2025 prospects, from your AAU scene or just, from guys you've played, anybody that you could potentially see yourself recruiting to college to play with? Any guys you'd maybe like to play with at the next level in that class? Outside of your teammates.
Outside of my teammates, 2025, Darius Adams. I like.
Okay.
Maybe Jalen Harrelson from LUHi.
Yeah. Okay. See how he threw in a PSA guy there, Pooh, the first guy?
You gotta
Very
love
well
it, man.
coached,
You
man.
gotta love
Very
it.
well coached.
That's right. Well, speaking of PSA, how was it like playing with Boogie Flan?
I didn't play with Boogie this year.
Okay, different age classes, right?
Yeah, Boogie played a year up.
So what do you think? What do you think about Boogie? Is he someone that is a good role model for the younger guys?
Oh yeah, for sure. Boogie's a great player, and he's a great person as well. Talking to him, he real nice with the rock. He get to his spots. He make a lot of shots. He real efficient, and he plays defense on the other end. He rebounds as well, so he do everything on the court, even if the little things may not go noticed.
Do you have any goals? What's your goals for the rest of the season, kid? What's you can talk about team, personal, either one.
Team goal, honestly, is just win every game we have. I win a national tip and go undefeated for the rest of the year. Personal is just, just become more of a leader and making others better as well as myself, and staying consistent as possible. Just keep putting in the work, putting the drops in the bucket, and good things gonna happen.
That's right.
And you got one more year too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, watching VJ as the leader of the team, what are some of the things that you're picking up that you're going to have in your arsenal for the team that you're probably going to be the leader of next year?
Yeah. Just making the team player-led, that's what our coaches talk about all the time, having a player-led team. That's how we're going to win the championship. So the decisions he makes, how he brings everybody together, and just the way he carries himself, you can tell he's a leader.
And then I got one last question.
Mm-hmm.
You've been incredible, man. This has been so much fun. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. I can't believe you're even more mature than I even thought you were going to be. You've been great. My question is, rematch February, Cooper Flag coming back, you guys versus Mount Verde.
Yes, sir.
We definitely got to make that game of the week for sure.
Game of the century. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I want a prediction for that game because I know you boys want blood.
Prediction. I can't give you no numbers, but I would say we win this time.
All right, I like to hear that.
Yes, sir.
What made them so difficult the first time around?
Probably their pace for sure. They came out on a fast start too. They definitely did. It was about 9-0, and we couldn't.
Yeah, they could shoot it really well too,
Yeah.
Kayden, right? They shot the hell out of it that game.
Yeah, they did shoot real efficient.
Yeah.
And if they lose, that'll be their first loss of the year.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is gonna be my last question before we get you out of here. Who gets 30 the best on the team? Like when right when you guys in the locker room and the music comes on, who's like the best dancer? Who gets it in the best on the team?
Best dancer, I would say. Honestly, I would say probably Tajay or Cayenne. Tajay or Cayenne.
Shout out Tajay Jones, man, having a great year. Man.
Definitely.
Cayenne in there too. Cayenne in there.
Yeah, I seen Kanye gets busy, on YouTube a lot.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So, listen, I want to say this, young man. As a New Yorker, I want to say, man, you're making us proud.
Thank
right?
you.
Man, and after speaking to you and getting to know you a little bit, I'm even more impressed.
Yeah, sure.
I could tell that you come from a great family and you raised right. He called me Mr. Harding. I know I'm an OG, but it's still love. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I appreciated that, and I said, and I told Coach, I said, man, this guy so respectful, man. You want to have more guys like this, and you're going to be the example of other student athletes coming up here, and they're going to watch your interview, and they're going to be watching, and they're going to be practicing because the way you handled yourself, man, is top notch, man, and your future is definitely bright. So
yes, sir.
Keep making us proud, young man.
Thanks a lot, my guys. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. Setting the bar high. Just remember us when you go big time, all right? Okay, man?
Of course. I ain't gonna forget.
Come on back anytime. And listen,
anytime.
Listen, and we're gonna give you one last thing, right? Who would you nominate to be on the show?
My brothers, everybody on LUHi. All of them.
Love it.
Listen, if y'all beat my Verd.
Oh, they're all on the show. We're having them all on.
Y'all all come on and right? We'll have some fun. We're just gonna have some fun. We're just gonna tap the internet and have some fun. All right.
All right, cool. All
right, man. Take care.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Thanks for coming on, Kate.
Thanks
for
having
me. Tell your brother
me.
I said what's up. Tell your coaches and everybody we said hi. All right.
Yeah.
Right,
thanks for coming on, buddy.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Does it get any better than that, Pooh? Man. I know you've interviewed a lot of people, but come on, man. First class kid. I mean, you're telling me if you had INL, all these advertisements of these kids getting NIL deals, perfect kid right there. I mean, such a pleasure to have on. He was even better than I thought.
He's commercial ready.
Yep.
Right? He's going to make your brand look nice. Right? And he's going to do it with class. And then once he gets on the court,
he's going to kick your ass.
all day, every day. All day, right. Every day. Hey, Coach, I know we wanted to touch on something before we go. Let's talk about Darian Moore real quick.
Oh. Yeah, Darian Moore, like we talked about him a little bit last show. Payday. I mean, just the all-time leading scorer of his school, Central Catholic, as a sophomore. And you can tell me the competition is what it is. This guy's seeing double, triple teams. The whole focus of the defense. I mean, not only him having a special season, Pooh, I got another one for you, hidden in my bag of tricks. Stetson Merritt. Remember the name. Stetson Merritt from Troy. He's a freshman, and I might have to say this a couple times because it's hard to understand. He has 1,000 points. 1,000 points as a 2027. Yes, 1,000 points. Lunacy. Yeah.
I need to see that kid play. Man, Stetson Merritt. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, monster season, dropping a ton of points upstate. Just one of those guys, just doing his thing, man. Not worrying about who he's playing, just putting up numbers.
All right, Coach. I have a trivia question for you.
Oh, baby.
All right. All right. We know basketball is regarded as among the most difficult sport to officiate due to the speed of play, complexity of the rules, the case-specific interpretations of the rules, and the instantaneous decisions required. The question is, how many referees are there in a basketball game?
Oh, this is the question that's driving me insane because I see such a high level game in the PSAL with monster men, and there's two officials. And then I see a nice slow paced game of all guys with 6 foot, and there's three officials. The inconsistency is crazy. It's like by game. It's a by game situation, Pooh. I don't get it. There's got to be three. There's got to be three.
Well, I found something out yesterday, right?
Oh,
This is going to blow your mind.
hit me.
This is going to blow your mind. I found out that there are only one referee in the game. Listen to this. This is a true story. Like, I was talking to Shane, the dribbling machine, and we was having a conversation, and he told me this. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. If you can see what we have here, it's probably a little bit too short. Hold on for a second. Let me bring this up. I'm just going to read it so other people probably can see it. It says professional and international games, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 referees. But did you know that there's one referee who's the head referee,
Yeah.
and the other 2 are called umpires?
No way.
Yes way.
I've never
Yes
heard of
way.
umpire on the hard court.
Listen, I've never, and I Googled it, and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
The other 2 guys who, they're all the referees, right?
Yeah. They're considered referees, but yeah, their position is the umpire. Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So I put that up as the trivia, and if they watch the show, they'll get the answer. Because I'm
Oh,
never going to
man.
know the answer till maybe a referee gets tired of seeing it and just miss the fact. Because everyone said 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were firing me up about how many I wanted.
Oh, nah. Yo,
Because as a former coach, I need 3.
some guys are saying that as bad as they make the calls, they need as many referees they need out there. I was like,
Wasn't
easy.
a shot for us to take shots.
Easy. Show some respect to the referees. They have one of the hardest jobs.
Yeah. Thankless jobs. I did it. And Pooh, I'll make you laugh. I had a mother tell me, you're the worst referee I ever seen at a 2nd grade game where they're not even keeping score. Followed me all the way to my car. Told me I'm the worst.
Man. Well, listen, we're about to get out of here.
Let me rip off some Long Island stuff before.
Go ahead, Coach.
We gotta hit a couple Long Island scores. By the way, Iona Prep with a nice win over Chaminade, and a little bit uncharacteristic. Chaminade losing to Holy Trinity. The Long Island Catholic League seems to be wide open. I mean, Trinity, who looked hot, lost to Mary's. It seems completely wide open. So that's going to be a league to watch. Very wide open. Like I said, anyone could almost win it, even though I'm still leaning Chaminade despite a couple hiccups. Baldwin, another kind of team that I kind of expect a little more, beats Southside, but then loses to Port Washington, one of their rivals. Trevor Maltefano, another monster game. Poos know I've mentioned that guy a couple times. So Port Washington, a huge win over Baldwin. That division is almost like a little PSAL pocket, really tough, 4 or 5 teams that all could kind of win it. And then I saw a couple games this week. I got to sit down, went to Brentwood. Pooh, they laid out the red carpet. I was basically sitting on the bench calling plays with Coach Jimenez. It was unbelievable. It's such a good time. And they lost a barn burner to William Floyd, who's undefeated this year. I mean, they got Jawan Floyd coming back from St. John the Baptist. He was phenomenal in the game. They got Joey McLaurin, a nice little point guard, experience, been there 3-4 years, making a ton of shots, ton of plays. Jermaine King hitting threes. Very tough team. I was very impressed. And then I got to see Hills West and, kind of see one of the smaller teams. I saw Hills West kind of clobber Hauppauge, which was, Hills West, a pretty good program over the years. Kind of struggling this year, but a nice bounce back. So a couple Long Island scores. Also, Westbury beat Farmingdale, a little bit of an upset. So those are my Long Island recaps. Couple scores, couple guys we wanted to mention.
Well, that's cool, Coach. So I'm just gonna run off some scores, and we're gonna
Yeah,
get
go
up
ahead.
out of here. You got the Regent School beating Moore Catholic 69-47, Fordham Prep 67 over St. Joseph by the Sea, who had 39.
It's a nice win, Pooh.
Man, that's an awesome win right there.
Fordham Prep having a big year, Pooh. We got to talk a little bit about more of them next show.
Yeah, I definitely got to go see
Regis
them
too.
play.
Yeah.
They're stepping up their programs. Xavier beat Cardinal Spellman, who's not having a really good year this year. Mount Senior Faro over All Hallows 67-41. St. John's Prep over Sacred Heart 80-45. Who else do we have in here before we get off this program and be up out of here? Show some love to everybody, and I think.
Yeah. Shout out Norman Thomas too.
We're gonna stop the presses. Stop the presses. I gotta show love. First of all, this is real deal right here. I gotta show love to Coach DP. Definitely. He's coaching at Brooklyn College Academy. They are having a great year. They're 10-1, first in their division, and they're playing awesome. Okay, and I just want to let everybody know you got to put some respect on their name. Remember the name, Brooklyn College Academy. Brooklyn College Academy, 10-1, right?
Monster.
I'm gonna tell you, Coach Damian DP Pitts loves what he does and takes his job serious. Hey, Coach, he was coaching down to the last second, and they were up 20.
Oh, love it. Anytime a guy coaches the back end of the bench just as hard as the guys in the front, will always have a feather in his cap from me, always will get respect. Those are the real coaches right there. I mean, I love that. That might be my favorite thing you said all night, Pooh.
Nah, I just want to make sure that we shout them out. And shout out to Family Academy, East New York, for inviting me down, gave me front row seats, courtside, made me feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Definitely
baby.
appreciate you, Coach. But the night belongs to Brooklyn College Academy. Make sure you put some respect on their name. 10-1.
Love it. Oh, Pooh, I gotta do our my breaking news. I forgot to talk about it.
Yes. Do that.
Yeah, I think I am the first guy to try and give flowers to as many people as I can, and I think most of this opportunity is coming from just doing things like this with you, Pooh. So even if it had nothing to do with you, I think it did, and I want to say I appreciate you. But I got offered by a company to announce a couple games this week in Long Island, get my feet wet in the broadcasting world. I'm really excited. I'm going to have Bayshore at Northport and Port Washington at Farmingdale, 2 quality games. I'm super excited to check that out. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Super proud for you, brother. Super proud for you, man. Definitely. That's what it's all about, man, to make sure that we have the platform to grow and do what we need to do to spread the word for these kids who definitely need it.
Oh, yeah. And we got to shout out Coach Buck and all the LUHi program for letting us steal Kayden for a couple minutes. That was awesome,
Thank you. And thank you, Coach Munch, as well.
Absolutely. Munchie for sure. For sure.
Yep. So, and listen, we're about to get out of here. We ran a little bit overtime tonight, but it's okay. Y'all still love it. And we'll be back next Friday. Next Friday, we have a very special guest, but we won't let it out the bag.
No way.
No. We definitely got special guests coming through. Big time coach. Y'all
shout out to Kai Sanders offered to Sienna tonight.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Super good luck to Kai Sanders. Definitely. Well, we appreciate everybody who stopped through. Make sure, tell somebody, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, hit those likes. write some comments. Let us hear your feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely take it serious.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Coach Riker. Make sure you're following Pooh on Instagram. Twitter, his Twitter is active. He's got tons of great stuff on there. Most of our clips are on there too. So make sure you're following us on X and Instagram and YouTube. And like Pooh said, just give us some feedback because it's all love here. You know, and we just want to take all that stuff and keep making the show better and better and better.
That's right. You can find me on NYC Basketball History, all platforms, baby. I'm
That's
even
right.
on TikTok. Saying that?
You're better
We
than me,
holler.
man.
Peace.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.